Hey guys, Dr. David Jockers here, and we're at a couple of my clients' house, Mike and Diane, and they've got some great health goals. They want to lose weight, they want to reduce inflammation, reverse chronic disease, and they won our Pantry Makeover. So they get the exciting opportunity to have me come in their house, and I actually just purchased a bunch of groceries, which you can see right here from Whole Foods. And we are gonna go in their house and kind of go through their pantry, go through their refrigerator, talk to them about what they need to get rid of, and start actually adding good, healthy foods to their diet. Really demonstrate exactly what they need to be doing on a regular basis. So I don't know about you, but I am so excited to get started with this. This is really where we see breakthrough. We actually can go in your house, demonstrate everything that we need to do, and just walk out of there knowing your house is cleaner. It's got more pure, real foods than it had when we first came in, and we're able to really give you the fine points, the tips and the details to help you get started, to help you start to apply the principles and the strategies so you can take back control of your health. So let's get started here. Hey, Diana. All right, we are here to do your pantry makeover.
Yes, we're ready.
That's right. All right, awesome. Fantastic. All right.
Wow. Somebody with a camera.
So we got lots of groceries right here. Wow. So here's everybody. Here's Mike. And Mike, what are your biggest health goals?
To lose 100 pounds.
100 pounds. That's what
get my legs working like they used to when I was about 30. And be able to walk again.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Fantastic goals, and you can do it. And Diana, what are your health goals?
Mine is to lose weight, and I want better balance, and I want strength.
That's right. Sounds good. High fives on those.
Okie dokie. Right.
And then we've got Bernadette over here.
Hi.
And she is a health coach as well.
Yes.
And Bernadette, yep. Tell them why you're here.
I'm just a very curious person, and I love to learn. And it never hurts to look over your own little perspective to see what other people are doing. So,
That's
and
right.
I follow Dr. Jockers for a long time, and I like what he posts and the videos he posts and the work he does. I think is great.
All right, thank you so much, Bernadette.
I like the work he does too.
There you go. Okay, so we're gonna get started here, looking at the refrigerator, and you can see, I mean, this is a refrigerator that looks like what a typical refrigerator looks like in the United States of America. And I know Mike's laughing right there. And so as we look over here, we've got lots of different condiments. Okay, like for example, Heinz tomato ketchup. It's an American classic right there. Unfortunately, when we look at that, if you look at the actual ingredients in here, you have got high fructose corn syrup as one of the main ingredients. High fructose corn syrup destroys our liver. That's right, Mike knows. It's sugar. And not only that, but it actually is really tough on the liver. So it really challenges your liver, causes increased triglycerides, insulin resistance, higher LDL cholesterol, lower HDL. Very bad for the body, definitely something we'd want to avoid. So we want to find a better alternative that we can have that doesn't have high fructose corn syrup. So right here we've got our skim milk, so commercially raised dairy products, pasteurized milk. And whenever we're looking at that, we've got a lot of problems. There's a lot of hormones, a lot of antibiotics. Also, these cows were fed grains. And when the cows are fed grains, they have a lot of omega-6 fats and low omega-3 fats. And that becomes an inflammatory storm in the body. So really, we're just putting in a bunch of chemicals when we drink our fat-free skim milk. And so that's what we've got there. And that's what we find in your typical American society. I mean, when we go out, we're finding all kinds of stuff. This Special K right here. And so we've got soy protein in there, which is typically genetically modified. So again, we're going to have a chemical problem anytime we take in anything with genetically modified ingredients like soy, like canola oil, really bad fat. We want to stay away from those kind of vegetable oils, corn oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, cottonseed oil, peanut oil. These things are extremely inflammatory and dangerous for the body, right? So when we consume things like this, even though it's marketed, Mike, as being healthy, right? It's like, hey, it's Special K, it's low calorie, it's good for us. But you know what? It's all marketing hype. That's all it is. And they're actually poisoning us with chemicals. And so we want real nutrients and not chemicals. So this is the kind of thing we want to get rid of. So what's a good milk alternative? Right here, we have got coconut milk. So we look at this right here. Coconut is a superfood loaded with good fats that help us burn fat, help us actually to improve our brain function, improve our thyroid. Phenomenal for our body. So this is a coconut milk right here. This is a thin coconut milk that we can use for shakes, for smoothies, different things like that. So I've got 2 of these for you. So we'll get that in there. Okay, so next thing we're looking at right here is our head of iceberg lettuce. And definitely iceberg lettuce is it's probably one of the better things in the refrigerator right here. But when we look at iceberg lettuce, we got to realize that this, number one, is conventional, and anything that has a thin skin, like lettuce, is easy for pests to penetrate, so it's going to typically be highly sprayed with pesticides. On top of that, iceberg lettuce in general really doesn't offer us a whole lot of nutrition, not a whole lot of good fiber for our microbiome, so it really doesn't give us a whole lot of bang, and it will carry a lot of toxins. So in a sense, we're getting more toxins than nutrients here, so it's really not a good buy. So instead of doing that, what did I get from Whole Foods? I got some organic baby spring mix right here, which is a grouping of lettuce, different types of lettuces, a little bit of spinach in there. This right here has got tons of nutrients, very little environmental chemicals. So great switch right here. Instead of the iceberg lettuce, let's go ahead, let's do the baby spring mix. One of these right here, and typically what I recommend for the families I work with is that you get one of these for every member of the family that's 10 years old or over in your household. Go through one of these a week. And it's very simple. You make a salad every single day, or you could throw it in a juice, right? So you can make a smoothie and throw a big handful in there, or make a green juice. Very easy to go through one of these every single week. So that's definitely something that you'll want to do. So we'll take that right there, and we'll swap this in. All right. Okay, so next thing we've got is, in a sense, some sandwich meat or just some quick meat options. Hey, we're all busy in America. Listen, we want to get food. We want to eat quickly, get on the go. So right here we have got, so Bernadette, what are we looking at right here?
That is sausage that's made from liver.
Right.
So there are organs worked into that, and it's made into a pate, a paste.
There you go.
And did you buy that at Patak? No.
No.
Patak.
I bought that at Kroger, I think.
Okay. It's a Kroger.
Got this at Kroger right here. Yep.
So the Germans like that stuff. So
Yeah.
and they are very popular. He likes that German stuff.
Yes, I do.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we look at this right here, and you do have liver in there, which is fantastic for the body. Unfortunately, though, this is really going to be from conventionally raised pork. And in general, I'm not a fan of pork because of the amount of parasites that pigs carry. They're very, very parasite-ridden, a lot of tapeworms and different things like that. And on top of that, this is from a conventionally raised pig farm, and therefore the animals are fed nothing but grains and trash. And, they're not going to really produce good quality nutrients. On top of that, we look at the ingredients. You've got modified corn food starch. And if that's not going to be labeled as organic, chances are it's going to be genetically modified. We've also got corn syrup and dextrose, dextrose is a type of sugar coming from corn, typically from genetically modified sources. Again, we want to avoid genetically modified foods. In a genetically modified corn, for example, you've got Bt toxin, which is a type of toxin that acts like a pesticide that kills the corn worm that tries to eat it. Inside of our gut, what we've shown is that Bt toxin actually damages our good gut microbiome, creates genetic shifts in our microbiome that set us up for all different types of health problems. So definitely something we'd want to avoid. Instead, what I'm going to give them is right here, some pre-cooked natural chicken breast right here from Whole Foods. This is Applegate Farms. So really good stuff right here. And you look at the ingredients in here, we've got chicken made hormone-free, antibiotic-free. And on top of that, what are the spices in here? We've got dried onion, we've got dried garlic, cilantro, and extracts of lime and lemon, as well as paprika. So a lot of antioxidants in there. This is really quick stuff that we can just pop open, throw on a salad, or if we wanted to saute it, we want to actually make a fajita, we can go ahead, we could saute that, put it in with a bunch of bell peppers and onions, and we got a great meal right there. So right here, we've got Coke Zero.
Here we go. Okay.
So Mike's trying to lose weight, so of course, rather than getting the traditional Coca-Cola, which is, as he knows, loaded with sugar, that's going to affect the diabetes that he's dealing with, he's trying to go with a better option, which would be a 0-calorie option. Unfortunately, what do they sweeten this with? Well, the main ingredient is aspartame potassium, as well as aspartame. These things are known neurotoxins. They damage the brain, they damage our neurology. So here's Mike, he's trying to recover, he's trying to heal, and he's been told, hey, drink, Coke with 0 calories. Unfortunately, this is actually causing more harm than good. A lot of toxins in there, definitely something we want to avoid. So what do we replace it with? What's a good soft drink that we can use? I like this right here. Bragg's apple cider vinegar and ginger drink right here. This is good. It's got a very mild little bit of carbonation to it, and taste, in my opinion, very, very good. And the ginger is absolutely amazing for helping our body produce digestive juices. So stomach acid, bile, pancreatic enzymes, really good for that. Also amazing for basically enhancing our natural microbiome, the kind that's going to help reduce inflammation in our body. Ginger is incredible for reducing overall inflammation, so reducing pain, as well as improving joint function. Mike talked about how he wants to be able to walk again. One of the best things he could be doing on a regular basis is drinking something like this: apple cider vinegar, ginger, and stevia. That's really all the ingredients in it. Very natural, very healing for the body. So we'll get rid of this. We'll replace it right here with our Bragg's. All right, so the next item we're looking at is our Canada Dry right here. So we've got tonic water and we've got a club soda. And so typically people think, well, it's water, that should be good for us. However, the issue with these is really that the water we have no guarantee of quality on the water. It could just be typical tap water. And so that can be an issue. And then on top of that, when you've got this carbonation, sometimes carbonation can be good when it's naturally fermented. Other times it can actually cause more gas. And so we do have to be careful with that. It can cause gas, bloating. It can also cause issues with stomach acid production. Instead, we are going to use this coconut water kefir right here. And you can see this is a lime mint coconut water kefir, one of my personal favorites. I absolutely love these. And this is naturally effervescent. So it's got a natural effervescence to it. And it's coconut water, so the water that's in a young coconut that's fermented. And the fermentation process, the good microbes, they break down the sugar. They produce a lot of B vitamins and organic acids. And those acids really provide a good environment for healthy bacteria to flourish in our system. This will help stimulate better stomach acid production, better bile production from our liver and our gallbladder, so it supports those areas. It will also help promote good bowel tone, right? So we're able to get things through our bowels quicker, easier, more efficiently. It'll reduce inflammation in our digestive system and throughout our body. And in a sense, you will just have improved quality of life. It's very, very satiating and satisfying. So we definitely are huge fans of these. Tons of probiotics and good stuff in here. So we like to use the Kavitas. So we're replacing the club soda and the tonic water with the coconut water kefir. All right, so the next thing we've got is just a traditional butter. And I was actually just asking Mike and Diana if they had any I can't believe it's not butter or any sort of butter alternative. And fortunately, they didn't. They have got just traditional butter. Now, the problem with traditional butter is that it's, again, from commercially raised cows. And so what happens there? You got hormones, antibiotics. You've got a lot of omega-6 fats that are very inflammatory for the body. So this is definitely not the best. What we want is grass-fed butter. And you can see right here, cultured, pastured butter. I'm a huge fan of this. Cultured pastured butter has nutrients in there like butyric acid that are really, really good for a healthy gut. They help heal leaky gut syndrome, reduce inflammation in the body. Also CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, which helps our body to burn fat. And so I know Mike and Diana want to lose weight. One of the best things they can be consuming is a lot of CLA from grass-fed butter. All on top of that, it's also got a lot of vitamin A, a lot of vitamin E, a lot of choline, which is a really important nutrient for brain function. So this is one of our staples. So the best ways to use grass-fed butter, I like to steam up or saute veggies and then melt it on top afterwards. Or you can do things like make a almond flour or coconut flour muffins and actually put it in there, melt it in there. It tastes amazing that way. Different baked goods that you'll find, different recipes on drjockers.com. We use grass-fed butter all the time for a lot of these recipes because of the powerful nutritional benefits. So there we go. That's our grass-fed butter. All right, so right here, I wanted to really bless Mike and Diane with a lot of colors and really make this kind of lifestyle change very colorful, because colors, in a sense, when we put different colors in our foods, not only does it stimulate just a sense of well-being as we're consuming that meal, it's not bland, but it's full of life. And also, every single nutrient has their own unique ability to help enhance our body. And so you've got red right here. And so bell peppers in general are loaded with vitamin C. They're also loaded with vitamin A. They've got tons of phytonutrients in them. So you've got red bell peppers. We've got the orange bell peppers. We've got yellow bell peppers. And so, guys, what I like to do here, as I'm pulling them out, is I like to just take one of each, right? And I'll cut up maybe half of it at a time, dice it up, and that'll be perfect for you guys are making your lunch or your dinner, okay? And try to go through one of these while you have them right here. Go through one per day, okay? And that way, like one of each type per day for the two of you together. And that way you're getting a lot of phytonutrients into your system and a lot of these colors, because every color has its own unique way of helping our body. And we want to introduce that into our system. Bell peppers are one of the best ways of doing that. Okay, so instead of the grapes, we're going to replace it with good quality berries right here, and ideally organic berries. So right here we've got raspberries and blueberries. Fantastic for the body. Tons of phytonutrients, a lot more nutrients in berries than you'll find in grapes. And berries are low glycemic, high nutrient density. So raspberries, blueberries, great for shakes, great to put on as toppings. Like one of the things I do all the time is I'll make my wife a chocolate avocado pudding. And then on top of that, I'll put on some raspberries or some blueberries. Looks amazing, tastes great. And then sprinkle some of those coconut flakes on there. It's awesome. You guys will love that. So that is our berries. What else do we have? We've got some sprouts. Mike, have you ever had sprouts before?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Love them.
good. Mike loves sprouts. We're in. Diana, you like these? Diana does not.
I don't.
She's not familiar with them.
I'm not familiar
I
with
have
Well,
them on sandwiches and.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. So these guys are game. That's what they're telling me. They're game. They're going to start using these on a regular basis. Mike already does. Okay, so broccoli sprouts are one of the best things for helping detoxify our body. Tons of nutrients in there that help boost something called glutathione, which is our body's master antioxidant. Really good for liver detox. Really reduces our estrogen load, which is important for preventing breast, uterine, ovarian cancer, as well as prostate cancer. So broccoli sprouts, an amazing thing to be putting into our system. So along with the broccoli sprouts, we've also got broccoli, so the real thing. And so now we've got broccoli, and broccoli is great to steam, and then you put your grass-fed butter on afterwards. I don't recommend eating raw broccoli on a regular basis, because raw broccoli, you've got hard outer cellulose that's tough on the digestive system. So it's much better to steam it or saute it, break down that outer layer, and then melt that grass-fed butter on there. It tastes so creamy and good. Put a lot of good herbs, pink salts, lots of herbs, maybe a little apple cider vinegar on there. The vinegar will help pre-metabolize it, provide enzymes and acids to help break it down, make it more digestible for our bodies. So broccoli, an amazing superfood. Broccoli sprouts, though, 10 times more nutrition. 10 times more nutrition in broccoli sprouts than in the broccoli. So we want to kind of get a combination of both of those. Make sense?
Bernadette
All right.
wants to stay for dinner.
There you go. Right here. We have got cucumbers. So cucumbers are another great one to dice up, put in salads, right? So fantastic for our body, very hydrating, very alkalizing, really, really good for our overall system. So that is our cucumbers. All right, so right here we've got avocados, which are one of our best fat-burning foods. They help reduce inflammation in our body, help stimulate fat burning. And Diana, do you like avocados?
I love them.
Okay, good. She loves them?
So do I.
Excellent,
Absolutely.
excellent. What's your favorite way, Mike, of using avocados?
I like to mix it up into salsa.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm all for that.
I was going to say chips too, but
Well, let's avoid the chips, right?
Okay, all right.
Instead, we can use things like actually red cabbage, believe it or not. Like the inner leaves make a really great natural chip that you can put guacamole on, different things like that. You can also get flax crackers that taste great. So that's another way. So absolutely making guacamole, right, is a great way to use avocados. That's your favorite, one of my favorites as well.
What about the salmon? Like,
oh, yeah.
I like it with tuna, you know, just cut it in half and then put tuna in there.
Yeah.
But the salmon would probably be very...
So you'll cut your avocado in half, and then you'll put tuna in there, and you can put salmon in there. That's a great way to go. Absolutely. Get the good fats, the high-quality protein. That's what we want. Those are the kind of meals that we want to be doing, is a lot of antioxidants from vegetables, right, or low-glycemic, low-sugar fruit. Herbs, fantastic for antioxidants. We always want to have a lot of good fats, avocados, coconut oil, coconut butter, coconut flakes, things like that, grass-fed butter, all those kind of good fats, and then olives, like we talked about, and then clean protein, right? So healthy, organic meat, grass-fed, wild-caught, these are things that we're looking for. Make sense?
Just as a snack, cut them open, each gets a
Yeah,
half,
that's
a
right.
little sprinkle of the
Little
lemon
sprinkle of
juice,
salt.
a little from the
There you
Himalayan
go.
salt, and that's it.
Fantastic. Great suggestion. You can also actually put these in different smoothies. You actually make a pudding, and it tastes absolutely amazing. It thickens it up. It's awesome.
That's why you like my
That's what I
smoothies
like.
so
That's
much.
why I like your smoothies.
There you go.
Okay.
He puts that right in
I don't
there.
use the bananas, I use avocado.
That's right. And right here we've got lemons. And lemons are great for a number of things. But just like we talked about apple cider vinegar, you can also squeeze lemon in water. You can also put it on salads as a salad dressing, and on meats as well as like steamed vegetables. The acid that's in there, the citric acid, will help pre-metabolize the meat and the vegetables. On top of that, you get a lot of antioxidants, right? And the antioxidants are just good for your body, good for energy and detoxification. So they really help your body. We love using lemons.
Okay.
Yep.
How would limes work too?
Limes are just as good. That's a great question, Mike. Limes work just as good. So lemons or limes, typically the way you go about it is whatever's on sale, that's what you get. Lemons or limes, right? Either one is great. In fact, that coconut water kefir I got you, it's got lime and mint in there. Okay, so right here we've got asparagus, and asparagus is amazing for our body. Tons of antioxidants in there. Really, really good for our gut, as well as our liver and our kidneys, right? Very good for detoxification. The only problem with asparagus, Mike, is after you eat it and you go to the bathroom, what happens?
Oh, that nasty smell.
Yeah, you do smell it, right? But it's actually very healthy, and it actually is part of the detoxification process. So asparagus, amazing for us. Saute this up. And what do we like to put on sauteed vegetables?
Butter.
Butter. What kind of butter?
Organic.
Grass-fed. Pasture-raised butter. That's what we're looking at, yes.
How about grilling it on the grill?
You can grill it. Now, the only issue anytime you're grilling something is that you can overcook it very quickly, right? It's like anytime you have something that's blackened vegetables or blackened meat, that's going to be something called heterocyclic amines. And those are very, very potent carcinogens. So just be careful when you're using it on the grill. Or if you do it, just don't do it as often, right? Do it at more as like a rare circumstance, just maybe you have guests or a special circumstance, as opposed to doing it all the time.
Or roasted.
Roasted, you could definitely do roasted, and then put the butter on.
Put the butter on, and
that's
what
right.
we like to do
like
is put it in olive oil.
Yeah.
And then put it on the grill. And I like it al dente, a little bit crispy.
We like
so it doesn't really get too black. But then we do other vegetables with it.
Yeah, exactly. You could definitely do that.
Okay.
And then we've got your favorite apple right here, Mike.
Yes.
This is the Granny Smith apple. And most apples today are way too high sugar. Like in nature, and really what our ancestors were consuming were sour apples. If you were to find a wild apple tree, typically they're going to be very sour. They don't really have the opportunity to ripen the same way that the apples in today's society do. The pests will start to eat them before they ripen. So what most of our ancestors had access to were the sour apples, because the pests basically waited for them to mature and then they feasted on them. So sour apples, really good for the body. In fact, this has something called procidin, which is a natural cancer-killing agent that's in it. Now, we don't want too much of it, though. We don't want too much of this because, again, it does have some sugar. But having Granny Smith apples in moderation, maybe half of one of these a day for you, Mike, right? Maybe you guys split one a day. Okay, great natural healthy approach. Okay, so Granny Smith apples, really good for the body. So another low glycemic fruit. And in general, we're looking at low glycemic fruit. We're thinking berries, like we've already discussed, berries, Granny Smith apples, as well as grapefruit, lemons, and limes, right? Those are really the lower sugar fruit. The higher sugar fruit, and I get questions about this all the time, are things like bananas, melons, pineapples, and a lot of people are like, well, I put bananas in my shake every day. And you know what? It's definitely not the worst thing. However, bananas are a higher sugar fruit. So they're going to stimulate more of a blood sugar imbalance in your body and keep your body in a fat storage mode as opposed to a fat burning mode. When we're eating low glycemic,
avocado comes in
that's
again,
right.
Because then the creaminess that you want from the banana, you can substitute it with this.
Okay.
Exactly. Plus, you've got 3 times as much potassium in an avocado than you do in a banana. So people talk about bananas,
Yes.
and they think, well, where am I going to get my potassium?
Right.
You get it right here in the avocado. A lot more
Cool.
magnesium
And
in
nobody
there. Good
talks
stuff.
about that.
They
They
don't.
talk about have a banana, so
Yes.
that
Yes.
Well, when they talk about these, they talk about the fats that are in it, but they're not saying that they're good fats. For
That's
you.
right. And that's really where people get confused. Okay, again, we're taught go low fat, stay away from fat, load up on fruit, load up on grains and carbohydrates. And what does that cause? It actually leads to metabolic disease. And instead, we want to take out the grains and the carbohydrates, the sugars. We want to focus on nutrients. We want to focus on good fats at every single meal. We want to focus on really clean protein. Again, low toxin protein. So we talked about the wild caught fish, grass-fed beef, wild game, organic poultry, things like that. And fermented foods, like we talked about the coconut water kefir, really good stuff like that. That's what we want to be utilizing.
Okay.
All right, so here we are at the pantry, and we're going to talk about a couple things that we're seeing here that are definitely problematic, and all the good stuff that I brought over to remedy it. So as we look right here, we're going to start with his apple cider vinegar. And so he's on the right track. Apple cider vinegar is so good for the body. Really, really good for, again, digestive juices. And the more that we support our digestive system, the better that we're going to break down nutrients, the less inflammation we're going to have in our body. So right here, he's got apple cider vinegar. The only issue here, though, is that this is a processed apple cider vinegar, and it's in a plastic bottle, as you can see. And so anything that's real acidic, like a vinegar, is going to pull everything out of the plastic. So you've got BPA and all different types of petrochemicals and whatnot that are in there, phthalate chemicals that are xenoestrogens. They throw off our hormone balance. They're right in this bottle, and the vinegar is actually pulling that right out of it. So that's not what we want to use. Instead, Mike and Diana, we want to use our Bragg's apple cider vinegar. This one also has the mother in it. It's never been processed or pasteurized. What that means is it's got more enzymes, more organic acids in it. So this is real life that's in here. Okay, this is going to really pack the punch. And it doesn't have all the phthalates that we saw with this form of apple cider vinegar. So get the real thing. I recommend the Bragg's, or if you can't find Bragg's, go for one that has the mother intact. It should be raw, unpasteurized apple cider vinegar. You can put this in your water. You can put it on different food. I put it on meat dishes. I use it as a salad dressing. Amazing stuff. Will really help you with your health. So that's what we're going to replace that with. We're also looking right down here. And here is our Jif extra crunchy peanut butter. And I grew up loving peanut butter. It was always one of my favorite foods, and it's really an American classic. However, when we look at this, one of the key ingredients we find is hydrogenated vegetable oils. Those are trans fats. Those things throw off our body's ability to have good insulin resistance. So here's Mike, he's trying to battle diabetes. Every time he consumes this, he's actually causing an even worsening level of insulin resistance and diabetes. Very toxic, very inflammatory for the body. We want to get rid of this. Instead, what we're going to replace it with is coconut butter. So this is a coconut manna, which is basically the same thing as coconut butter. And coconut butter is incredible. In fact, if you're on my website, drjockers.com, you'll see tons of different recipes utilizing coconut butter. So we make everything from coconut flour donut holes. We make supercharged Oreos, all different types of recipes using coconut butter. It's a really good fat, helps our body burn fat, And there's good fiber in there that helps feed our microbiome and helps stimulate good bowel movements and bowel activity and helps our body to detoxify. So we definitely want to use this. This is going to help him reverse diabetes and lose the 100 pounds that he wants. So that is our coconut manna. We've also got, you can see just a selection of things. For example, sweeteners. Right here we've got pure maple syrup, right? And so pure maple syrup, in general, maple syrup isn't necessarily bad. We just don't know necessarily how pure this is. My favorite natural sweetener is actually stevia. This is going to be really, really good, especially if we're trying to battle metabolic disease, because stevia is 100 times sweeter than sugar, has no effect on our blood sugar. So really a drop of this goes a long way. We don't need a whole lot, and it will definitely give us a great level of sweetness. And I have a lot of people that will tell me, well, Dr. Jockers, that's great, but I do not like the taste of stevia. And what I tell them to do is get a little bit of pink salt and put a little bit of pink salt in their recipe, whatever recipe they're using the stevia with. It usually takes out the aftertaste, and there you go. So that's what we want to use, the stevia, okay? Talking about pink salt, that's it right there, Himalayan pink salt. This is what we're looking at, 84 trace minerals, the best stuff. So that's what I got for you, Diana. Only the best for you guys. Himalayan pink salt, that's right. Right here, we have got organic chocolate powder with maca. So we know that chocolate is an incredible antioxidant for the body, great for the heart, great for the brain. Maca is incredible for our hormones. Maca helps balance stress hormone. It's what's called an adaptogen. So it balances our stress hormones and helps stimulate the production of testosterone, right? So for men, it gives them greater drive and helps us burn fat. For women, it will help balance out progesterone and estrogen. It's an amazing thing. And so this is great to put into different shakes, use in different recipes that are calling for raw chocolate. Awesome stuff. That is our cacao and maca. Right here, we've got black olives. And I don't know about you guys, but I love black olives. And they are a really good fat. Mike is really shaking his head. Yes. He's excited about that. Very good fat. Great to put on salads, right? This is how I use it regularly. In fact, that chicken I got you guys, real simple. If you're real busy, okay, you could just grab that chicken, grab the salad, okay, put up some bell peppers and things like that, cut that up, put that on there, throw some olives on, a little apple cider vinegar, a little bit of the pink salt or maybe some other herbs, and you got a great meal right there. You've got good fats, antioxidants, lots of good protein, really good for the body, and taste amazing. So these are black pitted olives. So I got that for them. So for another quick snack, I got them some pecans. And pecans may be the best nut on the market. And pecans are the most antioxidant-rich nut there is. And so most people in society think almonds are the best nut, and almonds are good, but pecans, the most antioxidant-rich nut. I'm a big fan of these. So pecans, that's what I got for you, Diana. You guys can snack on those. Awesome. So right here, we've got dark chocolate, okay? So we've got Lily's dark chocolate right here. And what's great about Lily's is that this actually has less than 1 gram of sugar. It's flavored with stevia and a sugar alcohol called erythritol, okay? And so it's no sugar. So having a small amount of this on a daily basis, dark chocolate, again, good for our hormones, good for energy and drive. I don't recommend it at night because it can keep you up, but have it a little bit during the day. Great little snack. Fantastic. My wife loves these. So we got our Lily's, a couple different kinds. This one is the coconut, right? We've also got our almond right there. So talk about almonds. We've also got our salted almond right there. And let's see, original. And then we have got the crispy rice. So all of these low carb, nutrient dense, a lot of good fiber in there, flavored with stevia and erythritol, non-GMO. So real good stuff. That's what we want to be using. I got you guys a couple of these herbal teas. And the reason why I got these herbal teas is to help give you energy and to stimulate fat burning in the morning and then to help you sleep well at night. So if we're going to help Mike drop 100 pounds, if we're going to help Diana reach her health goals, we've got to help them improve their energy levels in the morning, help detoxify their body, and then also help relax their body at night so they can sleep deeper and cleaner, and the whole time while they're relaxing, their body should be dropping toxins. It should be detoxifying. How do we do that? Well, one great way is using some of these teas. This one right here is Refreshing Mint Vital Energy. So we look at the ingredients in here. We've talked about ginger, A lot of ginger in there. Green tea. Green tea is very anti-aging, very good for helping fat burning, right? Really good for insulin resistance. It's also got peppermint, which is great for our digestive system, great for brain, great for energy. Spearmint, cinnamon bark. Cinnamon bark is one of the best things for blood sugar stability. So you take this right here, you have one of these, you have a cup of this every morning, cup or two, right? So take that tea bag, make it into 2 cups, drink that in the morning along with some apple cider vinegar water. You're well on your way to achieving your goals. You're reducing inflammation, stimulating fat burning mechanisms. At night, we want to use this bedtime tea right here. And then when we look at this, we've got chamomile, right? We've also got skullcap. And let's see, we've got ginger in there. We've already talked about the benefits of ginger. And we know that chamomile is one of the best things for helping reduce stress. It reduces stress hormones, and it also helps boost up something called GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, which helps relax our brain and helps induce healthy, good, deep sleeping. So very good. So drink this at night before you go to bed. And again, that's going to help you get on your way to achieving your goals. Right here for some quick snacks, I've got you guys some Kale Crunch. So these are kale chips that taste absolutely amazing. So you get a ton of good herbs. Like this is organic kale, cashews, sunflower seeds, apple cider vinegar, mustard seed. It's got nutritional yeast in there, chia seeds, organic lemon, tarragon, and turmeric, right? Good stuff. Right here, we have got the Kale Crunch Ranch. And then over here, we have got the Kale Crunch Cheesy Chipotle. So some really good snacks. Mike, I wasn't sure if you were a chip eater, but I figured this right here would help replace any need for chips, pretzels, and different things like that. Okay, so what else did I get? I got coconut flakes, and these are one of my favorites. I actually like to stick these in the freezer. You pull them out, and they're like little candy chips. They taste great. They help you burn fat, amazing for the body. So these taste like little candy chips. They're amazing. Coconut flakes, simple and easy, good for the body. Right here, I have got you guys some wild Alaskan sockeye salmon right here. And so Diana's shaking her head. She's liking that right there. And so there you go, wild Alaskan salmon. That's the best type of salmon. You get a lot of omega-3s, astaxanthin in there. You can certainly buy fresh or frozen fillets. That's kind of the ideal way to go. But if you can't find that, this would definitely be something that's worthwhile to get in a can. It is really good stuff. Great to throw on a salad. Great to have as a good lunch, right, that you guys can be utilizing. So real good. Right here, we've got some organic Mediterranean blend olive oil. And this is the one that my wife and I use. And so this has got tons of polyphenol antioxidants. And you see how it's in a dark container? Only way you want to buy olive oil is in a dark glass container because that protects it from heat. So we know that once you open this up, that's when those antioxidants are pure and you're getting tons of rich antioxidants. And I recommend getting a small quantity of olive oil. A lot of times people get really big quantities. Not a good idea because the moment I open this, it starts to oxidize. You really want one that you're going to go through in 90 days or less, right? So that's why we got the small quantity right there. I also got you guys some organic chicken broth. And we know that broth is one of the best things we can be consuming. You can make your own bone broth, which is really kind of the gold standard. It's amazing, the type of protein that's in there. It's called collagen protein. Amazing for your gut, amazing for your joints, your bones, very rich in minerals. Okay, that's the ideal gold standard. But you know what? Nothing wrong with getting some organic bone broth, whether it's beef broth, organic chicken broth, organic vegetable broth. Very mineral rich, really good that you can literally cook meat in this. You can make soups and stews in it. You can just drink it straight up, and it's like almost like a mineral drink that just refreshes you. It's electrolyte rich, so it refreshes you, gives you energy, hydrates your body. My wife, we buy this by the case, and we go through it probably every month. We go through about 12 of these, right? Wow. And so we go through a lot.
As a child, we always had, with every meal, we had a broth. So that was standard.
There you go. Right here, we have got organic coconut milk. So this is full-fat coconut milk. So what I put in your refrigerator, That was a thinner coconut milk. This is a full-fat coconut milk. So when we put this in...
When you said thin, what you were trying to say.
When we put this in a shake, you'll see it's very, very thick, okay? But it really tastes great. You can put it in a lot of shakes. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. In fact, you can turn it upside down, put it in your refrigerator, open it up the next day, you put it in your refrigerator for a day, pour out the water, and then you've got a concentrated coconut cream. That's awesome. It's like in fact, if you look at my recipe, my supercharged Oreo recipe, that's what we use for that. And so there you go. You got your coconut milk that you can go ahead and you can actually make some of those recipes. For hand washing, right? For basically washing dishes, anything that, basically any sort of soap that's going to get on your body, you want to be as chemical free as possible. And so I like the Dr. Bronner's right here. This works fantastic. You can water this down. In fact, one of these will make 2. So you get another bottle, you put half of this in there, water it down, works great, and it is all natural, chemical free. It's hypoallergenic, so it's not rough on your skin. Really, really good stuff to wash dishes with. You can also use it as a body wash. So this is what I have in my shower. Use it as a body wash. You can use it as a hair wash, a shampoo. Fantastic stuff. So Mike, you might need it for your hair. Right?
For all of this stuff, yes. Every bit of it.
Absolutely.
Maybe a little here.
There you go.
I thought when you would come with the organic stuff and the thing that you would have, it was all going to be tasteless, ugly, something really, really hard to do. I really see that I think Mike and I can do this.
Yeah.
I mean, you gave us, we have a sweet tooth, both of us. You've given us things to satisfy that. You've given us things to get our metabolism going in the morning.
That's right.
To slow it down at night so we sleep better. I already sleep better from my treatments, from helping my neck.
Yep.
So I'm the one who was opposed.
Yeah.
I really thought this was not something that we could do.
Yeah.
But I see we can, honestly.
Awesome.
Really.
Awesome. Well, that is, give me a high five on that and a hug.
I mean,
thanks,
I love it. I love it. So Mike, we just heard from your wife and how she really feels like now this is something, now she's seen it, this is something she really feels like, hey, we can do this. Right? And what's the biggest, in a sense, the biggest insight that you got from this experience, this Pantry Makeover here?
Well, how much of the rotten food we were eating, or the food that rots inside of us.
Yeah,
I think that the whole experience, just seeing how bad that refrigerator was, how bad the pantry was.
Yeah, that's really why we do things like this, the Pantry Makeover, all the content that we put up on drjockers.com, the videos. It's about seeing lives transform, seeing people who really just didn't know the way. And they want to be healthy. Obviously, nobody wants to be sick, but there's all these limiting beliefs. It's gonna taste bad. It's gonna cost too much. We're gonna have all these different issues. We're not gonna be able to implement it, and really helping them to be set free and showing them that it can be done, that you can enjoy it, you can absolutely love it, you can fit it into your budget, and you can make it happen. And that's really what this is about. And I can't wait to see the end result, like Mike is talking about. Hey, where he's at this coming summer, where he's at in a year from now, and what that looks like with his overall, with the different issues he has, with the medications he's on, with his weight, and his overall outlook on life. And same thing with Diana. So guys, I want to really thank you for letting me come into your house, for videotaping this and kind of showing the world what you got going on in your kitchen, for letting me bring all kinds of healthy stuff over, right? Buy you guys groceries, right? Bless you guys, and really walk you through how we can do a pantry makeover, how we can actually set this up and help you guys navigate through a healthy lifestyle. So thank you.
It's only going to be good for us.
And we thank you for everything.
You are so welcome.
And so does Torque.
That's right. All right. Bye, Mike. You're welcome. So that right there is really why I do what I do. And it's just exciting to be able to come over a patient's house, in a sense, get a glimpse of really where they're living, what they're doing. I mean, here's Mike and Diana They have very good intentions, but nobody had ever really sat down and showed them exactly what to do. And so now that changes. They learned what types of things they were putting in their body, what types of things they have in their house that were literally destroying their body, causing metabolic disease, causing them to have poor quality of life, and literally leading to an early death. And now we were able to come in there. I bought a couple $100 worth of groceries, hooked them up, and really showed them how to use it, showed them how to replace different things that were in their pantry and their refrigerator. And now they feel empowered. And Diana's just like, wow, I can really do this. And that just touched my heart, because that is why I do what I do, to see people have hope and to see people really be empowered to take on the strategies that are going to help them live better, live deeper, live fuller, and live the abundant life. And so, just so excited for them, so excited to see where they end up 6 months from now, a year from now. And I have the good pleasure of living close to them, so I can keep them accountable. They're patients in my clinic, and I just can't wait to report about their story on a future video. So we'll see you next time. This is Dr. Jockers. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube, definitely do that. Subscribe to our YouTube so you get all our most recent videos. Look at our video archives. And if you're not subscribed to my email newsletter, you'll definitely want to do that. drjockers.com. We've got 2 free gifts for you. One of them is a fat burning recipe book. So you'll get some of my favorite recipes to help you burn fat, reduce inflammation, and improve your quality of life. So we'll see you there.